How's it going, you guys, and welcome to Morning Cup. Now, I've been gone for 2 days because I've been traveling and there's nothing I could do about it. But we jump straight into the UK, and the UK is entering the worst part of the pandemic, top health officials have officially claimed. And this is coming after the news that PM Boris Johnson faced tremendous backlash from both China as well as the rest of the world when he went out of his way to claim that the coronavirus pandemic could have essentially started from people scaling pangolins in Wuhan. Now, there might be some truth to this, there might not be, there's too early to tell, but the fact of the matter is that you can't just single out someone or a single nation, including the fact that China is most probably responsible for trying to conceal the first onset of this virus. But now the rest of the world is also dealing with it and is dealing with it with new variants that were never in China in the first place. It just goes to show that you need to make sure that your statements as a world leader are more PC rather than trying to blame and point fingers. We move on to a sad story from Indonesia, and an Indonesian flight has crashed after taking off from Jakarta at 2:11 a.m. in the morning. All 50 passengers, including 43 adults and 70 children, unfortunately passed away, including 12 crew members. The search is on. Recently, the black boxes have been found, but it's too early to tell about what the exact cause for the accident was. We move on to Japan, and Japan has faced some new backlash in terms of its people demanding that the Olympic Games be cancelled or moved to a later date, considering that there's a new variant of the coronavirus running rampant across the entire nation. It's too early to determine whether the Olympic Committee would actually take some substantial steps to either cancel or to postpone or to maybe relocate the Olympic Games. We move on to China, and China has warned of a dangerous path to the US as the United States has, as in the final weeks of Donald Trump's presidency, he has announced that there would be an official council heading to Taiwan. China has expressed complete disregard and disdain towards this move, as it says that the United States will be under the brutal force of history and the United States will face dire consequences for its actions. Now, by the looks of it, seems like China's warmongering in some way, shape, or form, but the fact of the matter is that it's issuing open threats to the United States for its actions, as Taiwan is supposed to be a part of China according to China. So is Tibet. So is a lot of other places according to China, but let's not get into that yet. And endangered gorillas in San Diego Zoo have officially contracted COVID-19. So it's jumped from another species to another species. We saw it jump from pangolins to bats, and from bats to I don't know what else, ultimately coming to humans. And now turns out that it's moved on from humans while still holding a very intense stronghold. As a matter of fact, the initial onset of the virus, that is the first variant, apparently is the one that the gorilla was infected with, whereas the rest of the world is still dealing with numerous other variants of COVID-19. We move on to the fan story of the day, and the fan story of the day is about the vaccines. Now, Moderna claims that its vaccine only has a effect period that will keep you safe from COVID-19 for only a year. As a matter of fact, Moderna has gone out of its way to also clarify the fact that it is still in its initial onset of stages, where it's trying to figure out exactly how long the virus is at bay once administered with the vaccine. But the initial onset of things determines that it's only a year. So maybe it's going to be the new norm that every year, as we take our flu shots, as we take our, people might have to get used to taking the COVID-19 vaccine on a yearly basis as well. That's been it. It's been a weird day. This has been the Morning Cup. See you tomorrow.